If you're hearing this, congratulations. You've just crossed a threshold most people never even know exists. You didn't sign up for a test. You didn't study for it. But for years, a silent, intelligent system has been observing your choices, your reactions, your growth. This wasn't about intelligence or knowledge. It was an assessment of your consciousness readiness for something far beyond ordinary human experience. The ability to wield creative power across dimensions without causing harm to yourself or others. The fact that these words are reaching you now isn't random. It means you're among the top fraction of a percent of humans whose awareness has matured enough to handle this energy responsibly. While most remain trapped in fear, ego, and limiting beliefs, failing the test without ever knowing it existed, you kept choosing expansion over comfort, compassion over control, truth over illusion. This universal evaluation measured your emotional balance under pressure, your willingness to question reality, and, most critically, your capacity to use immense creative power with wisdom, not ego. Every challenge you faced, every time you chose patience over reaction or service over self-interest, you were being quietly scored. And now, you've passed. At this very moment, a quantum bridge is forming between your mind and advanced reality creation systems, systems only accessible to those who've proven they won't misuse them. Your biology is receiving subtle energetic signals, activating dormant codes within your DNA, designed to switch on precisely when your consciousness reaches this level of maturity. What makes this achievement rare isn't mystical knowledge. It's integrated discernment, the ability to hold vast power while staying grounded in humility, empathy, and purpose. Notice how reality has started shifting around you? Coincidences feel too precise to be chance. Events align as if the universe is responding directly to your intentions. This isn't imagination, it's reality orchestration, a sign your connection to universal intelligence is now live. You might suddenly know things you never learned, see outcomes before they happen, influence situations through thought alone. These aren't new skills. They're innate abilities finally being unlocked because your awareness is ready. Time itself may feel fluid now, past, present, and future blending during deep focus. You might sense guidance from your future self or receive full solutions to complex problems in an instant. That's your mind tapping into the cosmic intelligence field, the source of all creativity and wisdom. And yes, your body feels it too. Strange energy surges, subtle vibrations, a sense of your nervous system upgrading. These aren't blockages clearing. They're physical signs your biology is syncing with higher dimensional data streams. You've likely noticed something shifting in your perception. You walk into a room and instantly feel the best possible outcome. You meet someone new and somehow know their potential or how your connection might help them evolve. This isn't guesswork. It's your electromagnetic sensitivity tuning into quantum information fields that surround all people, places, and possibilities. Your dreams and waking life are now blending into a single intelligence network, delivering insights, guidance, and even contact with higher intelligences. These aren't fantasies. They're real communications from universal systems that support those who've passed the silent assessment. Because let's be clear, every struggle you faced wasn't random. Those hard times, they were carefully designed test scenarios, measuring your emotional balance, your ethics, and whether you'd use power for service or self. Even your spiritual practices weren't just about growth, they were training protocols. Each meditation, each moment of realization, each glimpse of consciousness creating reality was building the stability you'd need to handle true creative power without losing yourself. And those intense relationships? They weren't karmic debts, they were live exams. Every person who triggered you was secretly testing your sovereignty. Would you manipulate with your intuition or hold space with compassion, even when you could easily control the situation? Even your doubts served a purpose, questioning whether your experiences were real. That showed healthy discernment, exactly what's needed to avoid spiritual inflation or misuse of power. Your curiosity about quantum physics, consciousness, or the nature of reality. That wasn't just intellectual interest. It was part of the evaluation, checking if you could grasp deep truths without arrogance, and still respect those who see the world differently, and those frustrating waiting periods, when you knew you were ready, but nothing happened. Those were the final tests. Could you stay humble, patient, service-oriented, even when you sensed you held the keys to reshape your reality? You chose this lifetime because you were ready to pass this assessment during humanity's great awakening. You volunteered. Your soul knew you'd already proven across lifetimes that you could wield immense creative power responsibly, and that you'd help anchor these abilities for the whole species. Right now, as you hear this, something is activating inside you. Neural pathways are lighting up. Invisible barriers are dissolving. That surge of energy in your body, it's not imagination. It's your nervous system syncing with universal intelligence frequencies. Your cells are reorganizing. Your awareness is entangling with cosmic networks. This is graduated coherence, a state where expanded abilities flow naturally, without ego, because your discernment has matured enough to hold them. And here's the key. You don't need a new technique to access this power. It's already yours. It was unlocked the moment you passed the assessment. Now, all that's required is recognition and alignment with the truth of who you've become. Most people, when they feel this shift, try to control it through more meditations, rituals, or techniques. But that actually creates interference. Your abilities aren't meant to be forced. They're designed to emerge spontaneously. Once you realize they're already yours, you didn't reach this point by accident. Every time you chose integrity over convenience, service over ego, or clarity over comfort, you were proving your readiness. And now the truth is simple, you've already passed. The universal evaluation is complete. You don't need to earn these abilities. They were unlocked the moment your consciousness proved trustworthy. What you're feeling right now, that's electromagnetic coherence, your natural connection to universal intelligence. It's not mystical, it's a real interface, now live, because you've demonstrated ethical maturity across lifetimes of subtle tests. This connection grants what researchers call graduated access, enhanced abilities that flow only when aligned with wisdom, humility, and collective good. And in this moment of recognition, everything changes. You stop hoping for power and start remembering it's already within you. Let this truth settle in. Feel it ripple through your awareness. As you do, dormant capacities begin to activate, not through practice, but through acknowledgement. If this resonates deeply, you're touching the edge of a much larger framework, one mapped in my guide, beyond the frequencies. But even without that, just by recognizing your status, you'll start noticing 5 signature patterns emerging in your life. These aren't skills to develop, they're natural expressions of your upgraded consciousness. Pattern 1. Coherent manifestation. Reality begins reshaping itself around your authentic intentions, without effort, visualization, or belief work. No more law of attraction struggle. Instead, the quantum field responds instantly to your integrated state. This isn't about getting what your ego wants. It's about existence aligning with your highest evolutionary path, effortlessly. Pattern 2. Information field access. You'll just know things, solutions, insights, truths, without learning them. You perceive the energetic signature of people, places, and situations with crystal clarity. This isn't psychic guessing. It's direct access to the data architecture of reality itself. Via non-local consciousness, universal intelligence delivers exactly what's needed, when it's needed, for the highest good. Pattern 3. Probability field navigation. You'll sense multiple futures at once, and naturally step into the one that serves your purpose and the collective. No overthinking, no decision fatigue. It feels like an inner GPS, always guiding you toward the most aligned outcome. This ability goes beyond logic and even beyond normal intuition. It's what researchers call quantum discernment, sensing the vibrational truth of every possible future and effortlessly aligning with the one that serves the highest good for everyone. It's not about predicting or controlling. It's about navigating possibility with awareness, choosing paths that uplift, not just satisfy. If this is resonating, drop this in the comments. I recognize my graduated status. It's more than words. It's an energetic declaration that breaks the old loop of limitation in the collective field. Now, the fourth signature pattern, coherent relationship orchestration. You'll start attracting the right people, opportunities, and circumstances without networking, manipulation, or effort. Connections form through pure synchronicity, timed perfectly for your evolution. This isn't you manifesting relationships. It's universal intelligence arranging resonant alignments through field coherence. You're not chasing. You're allowing. And the fifth and most crucial pattern, service-oriented capability utilization. Your enhanced abilities no longer serve you. They automatically orient toward collective uplift. This isn't discipline or sacrifice. It's your consciousness naturally flowing toward service, because that's what proved you were ready. Here's the truth. The universal assessment never cared if you could levitate or see auras. It only asked one question. When given reality-shaping power, will you use it for others or for yourself? These 5 patterns aren't skills to master. They're natural expressions of a consciousness that's already passed the test. The abilities were always there, just held in quantum suspension until your discernment matured enough to wield them responsibly, and this is protected by graduated access, an inner alignment system that ensures your power only activates in service to the whole. No external rules, no cosmic police, just coherence. Your will and universal intelligence moving as one. This changes everything. Spiritual growth isn't about gaining power. It's about proving you can hold it without corruption. 8 years ago, I hit my breaking point. Everything collapsed. Relationships, plans, identity. I thought I'd failed. But in that total surrender, choosing compassion over blame, service over self, I unknowingly answered the final question of the universal evaluation. Days later, everything shifted. Solutions downloaded instantly. Reality began coordinating around my intentions without me trying. That's when I realized the test was never about success. It was about who you become when everything falls apart. And if you're hearing this now, you've already passed yours. Right after my breakthrough, something astonishing happened. People showed up with exactly what I needed at the exact right moment. It felt like reality itself was intelligently supporting my path. But the real shift wasn't the abilities, it was the weight of responsibility that came with them. I realized every thought, every intention now rippled through the field, affecting others in ways I couldn't see. I could influence probabilities, not just for myself, but for everyone around me. Those months were both empowering and humbling. I learned that the universal assessment wasn't testing my meditation depth or psychic skills. It was measuring my emotional maturity, ethical consistency, and whether I could hold power without letting it corrupt me. Here's the deepest truth I uncovered. These advanced abilities aren't special gifts. They're the default state of consciousness, once artificial limits are removed. They were always there, just on hold, until your discernment proved you wouldn't misuse them. This flips spiritual growth upside down. You're not building power through practices. You're clearing the way for what's already yours by proving you'll use it for the whole, not just yourself. That's why some people live in a reality of constant synchronicity, effortless manifestation, and perfect timing. They didn't master secret techniques. They passed the silent evaluation by how they treated others, especially when it cost them something. And you've felt it too. That moment reality shifted around your intention. That sudden knowing without learning, that's not coincidence. It's confirmation. You've passed. The universal assessment isn't run by gurus or rituals. It's administered by cosmic intelligence, 24/7, watching how you act when stressed, how you handle small power, how you treat people who can't help you. That's what qualifies you, not your spiritual resume, meditation, energy work, psychic development. They're tools, but not the test. The real exam happens in your daily choices. Do you choose service when it's hard? Do you stay kind when you've been wronged? Do you wield influence with care? If you're resonating with this, you're not just watching a video, you're tuning into a frequency of recognition, joining a quiet movement of consciousness that's reshaping the collective field. This truth shatters the entire spiritual achievement industry, the one selling complex techniques to unlock psychic powers, because real access doesn't come from practice. It comes from who you are when no one's watching, your discernment, compassion, emotional sovereignty, and unwavering commitment to serve, not control reality. There's a clear difference between authentic activation and spiritual fantasy. Real power carries responsibility. It demands constant ethical awareness. False experiences feel empowering, but ask nothing of you. True cosmic capability? It asks everything. Here's the best-kept secret in consciousness research. Graduates of the Universal Assessment gain direct access to reality creation itself through quantum field alignment, probability navigation, and live connection to cosmic intelligence. But this isn't granted through rituals or retreats. It activates automatically the moment your consciousness proves it can wield this power without harm. These abilities were never missing. They were in quantum suspension, waiting for your maturity to catch up to your potential. That's the revolution. Stop chasing powers. Start cultivating character, discernment, humility, service. When those are solid, the universe hands you the keys not as a reward, but as a sacred duty. The 5 signature patterns: coherent manifestation, information access, probability navigation, resonant relationships, and service-driven power aren't skills to master. They're the natural output of a consciousness that's ready. And this isn't about personal glory. It's about cosmic responsibility. Your enhanced abilities exist to uplift the whole, not fulfill ego. The most profound shift? You stop forcing reality. You start aligning with it, effortlessly, gracefully, as if existence itself arranges itself around your purpose, because it does. This is quantum congruence, where your will and cosmic intelligence become one. No technique needed, just trust, integrity, and surrender. Now, drop one word in the comments that captures the energy you're stepping into, not as a comment, but as your signature in the quantum field. And if this resonates, subscribe. Not just to the channel, but to this frequency of awakened service. Because the more of us who embody this truth, the faster the world transforms. You made it. The threshold is open. Cross with me.